So back here at Africa Down Under, a very busy Africa Down Under, I'm sure you can hear people, many conversations going on, and the conversation I'm having at the moment is with Gino Dana, Executive Director of Askari Metals. Gino, thanks for joining us.
Dominic, thanks very much for hosting me.
You've just been up on stage, we've listened to your presentation. Now, your company's in Namibia.
Yes.
Australian investors are probably used to hearing about Namibia and its uranium potential, but you're in another clean energy metal in lithium. Can you tell us a little bit about your project portfolio in Namibia?
Sure. So yeah, you're right. We're in the central western part of Namibia, what's called the Erongo province. We are along strike of the Andrada Metals lithium or tin lithium tantalum mine, which is the Weiss mine. Our flagship project is known as the Weiss Lithium Project. We acquired that in October last year, and to date we've drilled just over 170 drill holes, just shy of 10,000 metres. So we're a very aggressive exploration company.
What was the opportunity that you saw there? There's lots of lithium targets around the world, but what was it particularly about Weiss that attracted you to it?
I think what really stood out is just the abundant infrastructure, but also the region that we're exploring is known for its pedigree of spodumene mineralisation in LCT pegmatites. Something that we as an exploration company, of course, walking into an area where you can see the mineralisation, where you can touch and feel it, where you can see the opportunity to really scale up on a district basis. Being 230 kilometres away from a port, knowing that all the related infrastructure is in place, it makes it a really easy opportunity as a company to come in and unlock value through modern exploration techniques as well.
So what's the plan from here? You say you've already started quite an aggressive drilling campaign. How quickly can you advance this project?
Yeah, so I mean, at the moment, we've got a pegmatite which is running 2 kilometres outcropping along strike. So we actually haven't drill tested that pegmatite just yet. So our plan is to execute a 5,000 metre trenching campaign. That's also going to be complemented with a 6,000 sampling point soil geochem survey. The idea is to really get a great understanding for the mineralisation across the strike of the pegmatite and then mobilise the drill rig as well. This current month will be a really busy one for the company as well, because we'll get all of the assay results in from the drilling that we have done, as well as the surface mapping and rock sampling campaigns that were completed just recently as well.
That's really exciting. So what are the milestones looking in front of the company now? Can you expect to put a JORC compliant resource on this project anytime soon?
The focus for us right now is really unlocking the value through the delineation of a maiden resource. So it's something that the company is on track to deliver probably the end of Q1 next year. This trenching campaign is going to be very much the first look in for the company to get a great understanding for this particular pegmatite body, which will then be complemented with an aggressive drilling campaign. The drilling will really be designed on a fence line basis to delineate and deliver that maiden resource there. And that's really going to be the unlocking mechanism that we're looking for from really demonstrating the value of this project.
You mentioned before Namibia, that part of Namibia is blessed with infrastructure options, a port, good road system and so on. But Namibia itself is really quite one of the most stable investment environments in Africa.
Absolutely right. I mean, it's ranked very highly by the Fraser Institute. I think in terms of the supportive and pro-mining government that we so often hear about, I think that's one thing that really differentiates Namibia from many of its African peers. But it's the idea of having this ready access to infrastructure, having this history and pedigree of previous mining and exploration in a relatively underexplored continent and region. It makes it really sort of, from our perspective, quite an easy, simple kind of equation for us to invest in as well.
It does sound a very plain and obvious opportunity in front of you. Gino, thanks very much for joining us today. Best of luck for the rest of the conference, and we can hope we can catch up again soon and hear about that progress.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Dominic, for hosting.